Hello, fellow members of the Mixed Suite. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Netflix show Space Force. Now, if you're wondering why have I released this video today, why am I doing this video on Sunday and not earlier, I needed some time to think this one over because I love all of the actors in this show, including John Malkovich, including Steve Carell. But the show itself just doesn't work for me. I didn't think it was funny at all. A lot of the jokes were really the easy, cheap jokes. I just thought like it was more awkward than it was funny. Like the jokes did not land. And when I was watching the show, it felt like it had a hard time figuring out what kind of tone it was going for a majority of the time. Like, it kind of went through the same thing that Orville went through, where it was like, is this a comedy or is this serious? Because there's serious moments, and like honestly, like the serious moments were better than the comedy moments for sure. And then like when they tried to do comedy, it didn't go off well. And it also feels like a show that's trying to either be like, it's not sure if it wants to be a Netflix show or a show that you would find on TV, like a sitcom or something, because the comedy part is kind of like that, and then other drama part and how the episodes go one after the other is more like a Netflix show, and it's just a big mess. The first couple of episodes are the worst. Like honestly, like, how do you make a show with Steve Carell not funny? Like, how is it not funny at all? And how do you make us not like his character? Like, I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't like his character. And I love Steve Carell. So that was really crazy. Like, I'm not even sure what was going on there, but, like, his character was so unlikable for me. And then just some of the storylines I thought were kind of stupid. I'm going to go into some spoilers. So real quick, before I do that, I'm going to tell you my grade. My grade is a D. If you want to hear more about my thoughts, more spoiler thoughts, keep listening. If you don't, you can stop watching the video now, but please leave a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So one of the, so the first episode, they're not sure if they can launch the rocket, then they do, and it works, right? But then they find out that China has this huge thing that is coming over and destroys their satellite thing. So then they have to figure out a way to put the pieces back together in space. And there's a space monkey. In the second episode, they find out he's like, let's use this chimp to go fix that. And this whole storyline with the chimp and the dog and stuff was really stupid. And that was actually my least favorite episode, is episode 2. Just the whole thing with, like, I actually liked his relationship with his daughter, especially towards the second half, but the first half I was like, I'm not, he's just kind of mean, but like, he was just really stressed, I guess, but like, I didn't really like what some of this actions he did or like choices, and the political humor is so on the nose. I mean, very easy, cheap jabs. I mean, there's could be a lot more nuanced, well-written jokes that you could have used instead of the kind of jokes they used in this show, in my opinion. It was just very on the nose, very cheap, like, oh, gender roles, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, okay. Like, that's what you're gonna make a joke about, is gender roles and gender norms and all that crap, because that's what's going on, that's what's relevant. Like, that's your joke. And I really like John Malkovich's character, but I just like John Malkovich as an actor. I thought some of the other people were not really cast right, but it didn't bother me too much, but I just didn't feel like I didn't really care for them. The Russian boyfriend guy, I thought was that whole storyline I thought was kind of stupid. But I will say this, the first couple of episodes, I was really considering an F. Like, I really was not having a good time watching the show. I was quite miserable. But then in like the 5th episode to later on, like 6 and 7, I didn't finish the show because I didn't like it that much. But the 5th, 6th, 7th episode, I was like, okay, this is becoming a little bit better. It becomes better towards the second half, but it's far too late. Far too late to get good in the 6th episode. But like when I mean good is to get better, like I mean a D. Okay, so I'm gonna give the show a D because the second half is better than the first half. But the first half, I really like. If the entire show was like the first half, it would have gotten an F from me. And I'm also giving it a D because I do like the actors in this show, and I do think they're doing a good job with what they are given. So I can't criticize them because I think they're doing a good job with what the writing. It's just the writing and the directing and stuff just doesn't work well, especially the humor, because the thing that about the jokes is, yeah, like I said, they're on the nose, but also the timing. There's something wrong with the timing in the joke for the jokes in the show. A lot of the time, the timing is off. There's an awkward silence to them almost. Like you could hear crickets when the jokes when they make a joke. And I watched this by myself, but I also watched it with my mom and wanted to see her opinion on it too. And she had a similar opinion to me because I wanted to try that because it takes a lot to make me laugh out loud or like to make me laugh. Like I might find something amusing, but her, like, she likes a lot of the sitcoms and comedies and stuff like that, and loves watching comedy, stand-up comedy, and all sorts of comedy things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have her watch the first episode and see what her opinion is. And she also agreed that the timing is off on the jokes. So overall, that's what my opinion is. What did you guys think of Space Force? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it's a complete mess? I saw that it has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that it's a bit harsh, but then again, that's only a percentage. Like I saw the critics were about the FD range for me, and that's where I stand as well. Yeah. So like I said, leave a comment down below. What did you think of this show? Leave a like. That would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't. Share all that good stuff. I'm a really big fan of Netflix. There's a lot more good shows than there are bad, but when they're bad, they're bad.